WYBE Public Television. We'll take you there.
Why are we calling this the Scout Show?
Well, these were two recipes, if you remember when we looked at them 2 years ago, that we thought would be funny, for Scouts. And, and then we'd gotten that letter, So, come here, honey.
But we actually don't have any Scouts here today appearing on the program.
Lord, I hope not. Girl or boy.
Oh, the witch.
Right. Well,
yes, hi, how are you?
Here is the letter that actually made us want to do it. Maybe you can read that. I don't have my glasses on.
Salute. You guys have had a lot of fun with the Girl Scouts and their cookies. Why don't you do some recipes for Boy Scouts? Didn't use a question mark here. Did you notice that? My troop would appreciate it. From Harvey Cold Griddle. Harvey Cold Griddle. It's a hyphenated, one of those hyphenated words. Obviously, he was married previously to Cold.
Yeah, right. From
the griddle. From Campfire, Pennsylvania. Okay.
So that's why we're doing Scout recipes
now I understand it better.
So you're doing a Stout Boy stew, easy for you to say, and I'm doing castor oil cookies.
And I will take, beg your pardon?
Castor oil cookies.
And I will take, what?
This lady sent in this recipe and said that we were always talking about Girl Scout cookies, and this was one for Boy Scouts, castor oil cookies. And so we'll be doing that. And then, of course, when you go on those campouts with the Scouts, you remember they would always sneak some beer into it.
I never did
always.
That. I never went on a camping trip in my life.
You know what? I didn't either. I went through the Cub Scouts and decided this is not for me. But my friends that were Scouts were frequently naughty. And even though it was sponsored by the church, they would sneak a can Pabst Blue Ribbon or something like that. One of those beers that was popular back in the 40s.
It probably still is.
It probably is. But anyway, they would sneak it in. And this, so we found this recipe that came in, and I said, Doris, do it. You're the baker of the bunch. See if this is any good. It sounded good, and it's real easy, and something the kids would do under the blanket after it got dark.
Well, I've had sort of a stomach ache. Will these cookies help my stomach ache? This castor oil cookies.
I would imagine that they would set you free. Matter of fact, the lady that sent them in said that 2 cookies was equal to a real good dose of castor oil.
Boy, I'm glad I'm going directly home after the show. Well, I guess we have the very lovely and semi-voluptuous is going to fly in. Although that's the witch that flies in.
No, you're talking about
I'm talking
Doris,
about the other one that
our
flies.
resident nudge.
Come on in here, Doris. Doris is joining us early because she's so nervous.
Right, I always am.
She's
but I wanted
so
to
nervous.
get this in the oven because I thought if I made it at home, they'd really be bad. And this is a rainy day here, and they'd be pretty soggy. Well, we had to get 2 cups of buttermilk biscuit mix. And that is, I think if you look in the little tiny boxes, you can find the buttermilk mix. They don't put it out in big ones around here. Then I have 6 chopped green onions, a half a cup of Monterey Jack cheese.
So you need to talk in
No,
that
I
camera
don't. I just
over
look
there.
at my little paper here.
Look this way. I'll hold her arm this way.
Monterey Jack cheese with jalapeno peppers. And then, let me look, a half a cup of beer. Now, I let it die because I didn't see how you're supposed to put that beer in there.
It doesn't have a head on it anymore.
No, I opened it up this morning and let it sit.
A true connoisseur of beer.
Now, wait a minute, Doris. The bubblies is what makes it rise.
Maybe,
but
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right.
And then you just dump it in there and stir it up.
It smells like beer, but it looks like oil.
Right.
Really. And then you just mix this up, and then I have to drop it onto a cookie sheet and bake it. I'm going to try that now.
Are those noodles?
No, that's your
That's
Monterey
a
Jack
cheese.
cheese,
Oh, okay.
grated cheese in it. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know how you'd measure it with all that foam. And then, me, I had to throw it down the drain. So.
We'll have foam till our daddy takes our T-bird away. I just gotta do one quick thing, and then it's up to you. The most horrendous thing I have to do with this recipe today, and I got to do it right now, is to grind a pound of ground beef. And for right now, that's about all I'm going to do.
All right. Holy cow. Well, with
it was
me,
the beer that did it.
Now, Doris has brought in her high-priced mixer so that we can do this recipe right, but you cannot allegedly do this on your own. Let me get my glasses out of my pocket so I can see what I'm doing. All right, 1 cup, this is for the castor oil cookies, 1 cup of sugar. Here it is, and we're going to throw it right in. And then after that, we're going to put in 1 cup of molasses. And this is... All right, this is 12 ounces or 8 ounces in a cup, so we're going to pour 2/3 of this down into here. If you can pour it directly out of the bottle by estimation,
You know what that reminds me
you're
of
in a
when I
lot
smell
better.
it? Molasses?
Christmas.
Cows.
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 How's cows?
Because in the wintertime, when you ran out of hay and you had to start feeding your beef cattle straw, in order to get them to eat the straw, you often got great big cans, so it's great big, how many gallons, of molasses, and you would put molasses on the straw, and the cows would eat the straw.
I see. Mm-hmm.
You learn something every day with Wade Johnson.
Well, you grew up on that farm and everything. You all didn't make your own molasses, though, I guess.
Oh, goodness.
Everybody in your area of the state made sorghum, grew it,
Yeah,
pressed it.
and we made our own apple butter, but we didn't make our own molasses. It just wasn't a real big thing where I grew up.
Okay.
We bought it.
We loved it. All right,
Store-bought.
1 cup of milk, there that is, and 1/2 cup of castor oil. Now, I've got to tell you a story about this. Doris went to the drugstore to get the castor oil, and they had some.
I want to smell it.
But she said it was all they had, and so
It's been sealed for your protection.
I got on the interstate, or the World Wide Web, same thing. Doesn't have a smell that I can tell, and found out that there are whole factories that make castor oil. So if you need it, ask somebody on the web, and it's plenty.
Did you have to take this stuff when you were a kid?
No.
Oh, I did too. She used to get that spoon and chase me around the kitchen. Ooh, I hated that. But I can't remember what I took it for. But it's best we don't. It's best we don't talk about it. I'm sure it was some malady or another. Some reason why I had to take castor oil.
All right.
I think it was mostly because she wanted to be mean to me. I think that was really the only reason that she gave me castor oil.
Now, let's see. This is a teaspoon of soda. Everything Doris got is in these little things that are real hard to
Doris
open.
is in an ecstatic mood. She's sneezing and laughing a lot today.
Okay.
If she was also dopey and...
You had the salt over there.
No, I don't, but I'll find it for you.
Your salt is in the thing.
My salt is in the what?
Salt and the baking soda is mixed
Oh,
together.
the salt and the baking soda were together.
Oh,
Thank
one of
you
these
so much,
pre-mixed
Doris.
shows, ladies
All
and
right.
gentlemen.
And I got to have ginger. You remember ginger?
She was
don't you?
walking down the street a few minutes ago.
2 teaspoons of ginger, and I don't see that. Do we have that over here, Doris? The ginger?
Ladies and gentlemen, while he's trying to find
All
his
right.
recipe stuff,
Go ahead.
I am frying up
Oh,
this.
there it is.
this
It's right
hamburger.
here in front of me, literally.
And now back to Laban, who has just found it right in front of him.
1 teaspoon and 2.
This hamburger don't smell no better than last week's did.
teaspoons. Oh, they'll love that at lunchtime.
We can only hope.
All right, now, there you go. All right, now, and this is the thing about this show, everybody, that you gotta, or this recipe, this is another one of those where there's no measurement. You just have to sense that you're in the right place. So I'm going to mix these ingredients up, and then you have to add enough flour to make it stiff enough to roll.
Well, maybe if we don't like these cookies, we can feed them to the cows.
Uh-huh.
They keep an entire herd here at the station.
Out back, actually,
Don't go there. Don't go there. Okay. I'm just frying the hamburger and trying to stay out of trouble.
I thought it was another way they could make money around here. Can't you see some of our friends here on the staff out there milking those babies? And
Oh, we forgot to tell everybody that you and I are now the catheter
that's
twins.
right, the cardiac twins.
The cardiac twins, ladies and gentlemen. It finally happened to me. I've hung out with Johnson long enough that I had to have my own heart catheterized last week, and I'm just barely standing
And what's
today.
funny, there's nothing wrong
And
with
there's
him.
nothing wrong with it. I'm happy to
It was
say.
a figment of his imagination.
They saw something on radar. I don't know what it was, but it scared them.
Well, I think, they were so sure you didn't have a heart that when they saw it, they were a baby.
It's the second time someone has said that. B at the Waffle House says, well, you got to have a heart to have that operation. Well, you know what? Johnson's never been very big on the legumes,
No.
This is not one of his favorite things. The legumes.
Not bad.
It really isn't. It's so simple to do that it's almost just uncanny. But it is real snappy. I like it an awful lot. Well, now comes the true test, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wait a minute. Doris will get me some more water so I can...
Yeah, we don't want you to choke.
No, and I don't want you to miss the...
We don't want you to choke. This one's got Larry written all over it. You ready?
Whew. I hope all
Dog biscuits.
Yeah,
What do you think?
they're not too bad.
They're not bad.
Actually, the castor oil cookies
Doris
are
said
okay.
they were terrible, and I don't think
No,
they're bad
they're
at all.
okay. They got a nice molasses taste to them.
And my stomach feels better
They're not
already.
overtly sweet. You probably could make them with that fake sugar now, the kind that diabetics can have. And, of course, you can't change the molasses, but you could cut down a lot on the sugar by just using artificial sweetener.
Well, this has been a complete surprise all the way around, and a nice one at that. Y'all come back now when you have some time to eat these cookies.
Hello, this is Miss Carroll. If you would like to have a copy of this season's recipes, send $4.95 plus $2.50 postage and handling to WBRA-TV, Cookin' Cheap, 1600 Series, P.O. Box 13246, Roanoke, Virginia, 248.
Specific.
I'm the doctor. The definite article, you might say.
That's a terribly literal mind.
Why all the mystery?
Do this once, I might meet an alien menace that wasn't immune to bullets.
You know, what you need is a change. How about a little trip in a TARDIS? I'm just off.
Come along now, Doctor. We're both reasonable men. Now, we both know that police boxes don't go careering around all over the place. Why not?
Doctor Who, Saturday nights at 11.